Okay, Ruben, welcome, bro.
Thank you.
So, can you shortly introduce yourself and what do you do? Where do you play?
Yeah, well, I'm Ruben. I'm 22 years old and I play football in the Netherlands for Halsteren. And yeah, that's basically me.
Okay, bro. So before you started with my coaching, where was you on a physical level?
I was on a decent level when I started. I had the basis already because I've been training for a couple of years, but physically on the pitch, coming after a long injury, a year and a half not playing football because of a hernia. Um, I felt slow. I felt non-agile, non-explosive, and yeah, I wanted to improve.
Okay, bro. Nice. So you wanted to improve. Now, fast forward 12 weeks later. What are like your best results?
Yeah, well, I noticed I'm way more explosive. Also, I got more agile, which is what I really wanted, as we talked about. Um, a nice benefit from your coaching was I got bigger, without expecting really to get bigger. I got bigger and leaner and had more energy on the pitch now. And yeah, I feel like I'm you know, way better physically than I was b before the 12 weeks.
Nice, bro. So you also need to remember that's a lot of your input. You were coachable, so I'm also very thankful for that. And you worked hard, so the result speaks for itself. Can't get such a result without delivering the right amount of input. So you can also be proud of yourself.
Yes, thank you.
So okay, apart from all the benefits on the pitch, like on a daily basis, like what things did you saw that changed during the day, like energy levels or something in that realm?
Yeah, well, daily I noticed that I had more structure because I already um, knew what I had to do that day. So a lot of time was cut out from planning the sessions and thinking, oh, what am I going to train in the gym later? And I noticed also I had more energy with my, with the way I was eating and the supplements I was taking and the things you told me to do, with small tips and habits. So I felt more energetic, and then I felt also, that I had a little bit more time to do other things besides thinking about how am I going to train, where am I going to do this, what am I doing tomorrow, blah, blah.
Okay, so good, fine, yeah, of course, bro. Explained it very well. So before working together, like, what were the biggest challenges you were dealing with?
Um, the biggest challenges I was dealing with was for me mainly my eating, uh, when I was eating, what I was eating, thinking about, oh, what should I eat before training, after training, not sometimes eating too long before or too close to training or, afterwards not eating the best things. So my energy levels were not that great. And then recovery also wasn't the best. And then also one of the other struggles, as I said, was time. I do know a little bit about training, but not as much as you do, of course. And then also it takes me a lot of time to plan these things. And I would prefer to outsource them to a coach so that I have more time to think about football and other areas.
Nice, bro. So that's also a very good choice from you, because a lot of
Definitely.
footballers, they want to do everything themselves and they just get stuck. They get even burned out. So it's very smart choice of you to outsource it and just fully focus for football and the other areas in your life. So before working with me, so what are the like other things that you tried to improve your physicality on the pitch or even with nutrition? Like what are the things that you've tried before working together?
Well, with nutrition, I never really tried anything. I just followed, what people say on YouTube and Instagram Reels and stuff, about protein and carbs and, you should eat this, you should eat that. I never really had a plan about that. Um, and then with gym, I always trained by myself on my own knowledge, learning, on YouTube, putting things to practice by myself. So I had okay results, but I never really had a coach, a personal coach who would tell me, you do this, you do that. I always had maybe the academy coach or the club coach, personal trainer, and he would give me sometimes programs, but sometimes they're not available, so it's also not ideal.
True, man. That's true. So, why did you feel like this program, the one-on-one coaching, was the right choice for you?
Well, because it worked, it made me faster, it made me more agile. I also, in the process, I got bigger, it increased my confidence physically. And also, it's very personal. You're always checking in, always asking me, how am I feeling after the session, or, giving me tips before I go to the gym, asking me how it's going. We have the weekly checkups, so it's very personal. It doesn't feel like I'm investing money and then, you throw me a program and that's done. The app is nice with the videos and everything. So, I feel like it was a very good investment.
Nice, bro. Good to hear, bro. I also very thankful for those words, of course. So, let's say 12 weeks ago you didn't, uh, yeah, make the decision to invest in the coaching. What would happen then? Where would you stand today?
Probably less fast, less agile, probably not in the same shape I'm in. Definitely my nutrition, my energy levels wouldn't be so high and so good. Um, and yeah, I would be maybe 2, 3 steps behind where I am now.
Hmm. And what would that mean for you in your everyday life?
I wouldn't be so productive, on and off the pitch,
Mm.
on the pitch I wouldn't be the same physically, and off the pitch I wouldn't be the same mentally because everything is a circle. So if on the pitch I'm not feeling good, then off the pitch I'm also not going to be feeling so good. So yeah, I wouldn't be so far ahead that I am now.
Facts, man. So let's say before we started there, so we already had some type of contact. And first, like, did you hesitate to start with the coaching? And can you explain if you did, why did you did it, and what would you say to yourself 12, 13 weeks ago when you were like a bit hesitant about investing in yourself?
Yeah, um the only hesitancy I had before starting the coaching was the investment. It's always a little bit difficult when you need to invest before you start something because you never know, oh, am I gonna get the results? Is it what I really want? Is it what I really need? Um, but I always knew that you had a lot of knowledge and that you were very focused on what you do. So I knew, that you were the right person for me. The only hesitancy was whether I was ready to make the investment. But then once I decided, okay, I can do it, and we had the calls, you know, it was an easy decision. So 12, 13 weeks from now, I would tell myself, investing in yourself is the right choice. I still think it is, not only in performance coaching, but also, mentors outside of your life, in good quality living, investment is the right way. So I would just tell him to invest, invest in the coaching. It is the right decision, and it was. So yeah.
Nice, bro. Also, I can share that opinion with you, bro. It was a good decision, of course. So, like, um, let's say for the one who's watching this now on YouTube, like, what would you say to someone who was in the same position or is in the same position as you was like 12, 13 weeks ago?
Well, if you're looking to get faster and become more agile and more explosive, it is probably because you're not fast enough or agile enough already. And the situation you're in now is from your own work and your own, thought process. So if you are in that situation, it means you can't do everything by yourself, so you have to sit back and think, okay, how can I get the results I want? And if uh, by myself that's not working, then the only other way to do it is with a coach. So, I would encourage somebody watching this to invest in coaching and not try and do everything themselves because it frees you up, especially for time. And also maybe you don't have enough knowledge right now to do things yourself. So go to the experts and skip the pain phase of learning all of that stuff.
Facts, bro. So, okay, of course, thanks. That's also very good advice. I can share that with you. So for the future on from now, so what would you take from this program with you into the future?
Well, a lot of the habits, a lot of the eating tips and tricks, I do still eat a certain time before training, like you said, and a lot of the things that you told me to eat work. So I'm gonna keep that definitely before I train and go to the gym and do other activities. That I'm definitely gonna keep. The training, also the training module and the way you train, I'm gonna keep, and I'm excited to continue with the coaching.
Nice, bro. Of course, I'm also excited to coach you further, bro. So that's cool, bro. Okay. Like, let's say, would you recommend this program to someone else?
Definitely, 100%.
Okay.
I think if you want to become a faster, more agile footballer, then this program is very personal. Oscar will listen to what you're saying and what you want to improve on, and he will adapt uh, the training and the habits towards you personally. So, a lot of maybe bigger coaches out there, they have good programs, but I know a lot of it is not personal. A lot of it is just give me money and I send you a program and, do what you want with it. But Oscar really keeps you accountable. He checks in on you. So, you know, I think this program is, I would definitely recommend it to an aspiring footballer.
Nice, bro. Okay. So I think that's it for that one. So
All right.
thanks for watching, and yeah, see you in the next one.